Hello, my name is Father Tom Haren. I was an assistant at Holy Family Church in the 1980s, from 1982 to 1987. It was a wonderful time in my life, and I'm so happy to be on your video. When I began there, the pastor was Father John Fiala. Father John Fiala had just come there about a year before that, and a wonderful priest, and I really enjoyed my time with him. But unfortunately, John had some type of an illness, and he wasn't able to stay very long, and eventually he had to retire. And he was followed by Father Jim Costello, and Father Jim Costello was my pastor for most of my stay there. Wonderful, wonderful priest. It was a wonderful time to be at Holy Family Church. We had a wonderful house. We had Father Tom Haren, we had Father Dennis Christancic, Father Pat Shields, myself, and Father Jim Costello. And we all got along pretty well. And sometimes we'd go out to movies together, and go different places together. It was just a wonderful house to be in. Father Jim Costello allowed us to, he gave us certain works to do, and we each did the work that he asked us to do. And he wasn't a micromanager. He let us do and use our talents and abilities, and it was just a wonderful time. One of my interests at that time, I was a young priest, and I enjoyed sports. I loved playing sports, and as a result of that, I wanted to play baseball, and there was no team I could play on, so I got together with the Holy Name Society, and we started a league of Holy Name Societies, many of the different parishes in the area. And we used to play softball every summer over at the college, at Kayako Community College around, and it was just a wonderful time. We had a group of men that used to love playing basketball, and on Monday evenings we would meet on Monday evenings and play basketball together, and that was something special. And then we had started this 3-on-3 basketball tournament, and we tried to get a lot of the young men and older men involved, and that became very, very big. And eventually it got so big that we had ex-NBA stars playing in it. But good time to be there. Another thing that I enjoyed was the previous priest who had been there before me was Father Czech, and he had started a fundraiser. He'd started having a casino night, and I got the bright idea when I was there is we could even do more. And one of the ways we can get parish groups together was to have a big carnival. And so with the encouragement of Father Costello, we started a parish carnival at that time during the 1980s. And the first year it was a great success, and gradually as time went on, there were more and more, other people took charge of it. And I think to this day the carnival is still going on over at Holy Family. And we really, I think it was a good way of getting our people together and doing wonderful things. Another thing that was very, very special to me when I was at Holy Family were the people. We used to have the daily mass and the Sunday masses, and there was a friendliness that I used to enjoy, just talking to all of you, and the children in the school. I had the opportunity to teach. I used to teach the 5th and 8th graders, every year, and that was a wonderful experience. The teaching staff over there was very, very special. And then there was a renewal program. In those days, renewals, we used to have 3 renewals every year, one for the women, one for the men, and one for the teenagers. And that was outstanding too. And but they used to say that was Christ kills his priest. It took a lot of time and effort from us, but it was well worth it. We started a youth group at that time for the teenagers. And that was special. And one of the reasons we did it, in those days you could have high school PSR. And it's hard to get students that age to go to religion classes. So we started this youth group there. And what we would do is on Monday evenings after the PSR was over with, we opened up the gym. And we would let the gym be open, and they could have dances down there, and they could play basketball if they wanted, and it was just kind of neat. And at that time, we got involved in the St. Patrick's Day Parade, and our youth built floats that would be downtown, and we'd probably go down there for the St. Patrick's Day Parade. And there was a lot of youth activities. We used to have dances, and it was just a wonderful, wonderful time to be there in the parish. I think the most unique thing, though, that I'd like to talk about is something that happens probably only once in a lifetime. I remember the first time, the first year we had the carnival, we wanted to get people to come, so we decided to have a parade. And I talked Father Costello into being in the parade. It was just going to be a few cars, and the idea was to go around the block and then come into our grounds, and then we'd start the carnival. Well, it just so happened that the parade was going to be at 11:15 on that Saturday morning. And so he gets in the car, and we get in there, and we start the parade. Now, right across the street from, at that time, right across the street, there was a bank. And we had to pass in front of the bank, so that meant all the traffic had to get stopped. Well, just at that 11:15, right at that moment, there was a robbery taking place in the bank. And when they got out of the bank to get in their car, they couldn't go anywhere because the parade was there, and they got stopped in the parking lot, and they were captured that very day. So it was kind of a unique way to start our first carnival, stopping a bank robbery. The masses and the marriages I had there, we used to have a lot of marriages in those days. A lot of wonderful people got married there. A lot of wonderful organizations like the Holy Name Society and the Women's Guild, and all those different societies. They were a very, very big part of my life. And it was a sad date, but 1987. In those years you got to stay 5 years, but at the end of that 5 years. It's time to go on to the next assignment, and it was kind of a sad thing going away from Holy Family. But I'm very honored to have been an assistant there during the 1980s, and every once in a while when I come back for a funeral or some type of occasion there, there's a lot of nostalgia. And today I'd like to just say one last thing to all of you. 150 years, that's a long time to be in existence. Congratulations on your 150th anniversary.